Hello, brother sewing and crafting family. I just realized as I'm getting ready to go live that I forgot to dress Shirley. So I apologize that I have the dress form behind me, but I couldn't find anything to put on there, believe it or not, out of this whole studio. So welcome, and I hope you had a fabulous weekend. I know it is super hot here. We had a great weekend of fishing. But now we're back to sewing and crafting. And today, of course, we have the fabulous May Flaum, and she's going to be showing you something really cute to make for the next party. In the meantime, we are live streaming on Brother Sewing Facebook and YouTube page. So leave your comments. I can see you all rolling in. Some of you were here really early while I was trying to figure out what to put on Shirley. So, all right, let's say hi to May and see how her summer is rolling along. Hi, May.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming. This is so exciting. I can't believe we're in June. We're in June, and somehow it's a cold, foggy day outside, which is super weird for here, but I'll take it. I'll take a little heat relief while I can get it.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah, it was super hot in Michigan this last weekend. We were fishing a tournament, and when it's really hot and sticky like that on the water, you end up with flies everywhere. Oh, I think I'm going to make myself a crafting and sewing mesh bodysuit.
It's funny you say that because there's something that's hatched or some kind of bug that's been biting us outside. And I was just thinking, if only I had like a bodysuit made out of mesh for my arms and legs so I could go out and be in the garden and whatever this little critter is that keeps biting could not get me. Wouldn't that be nice?
Well, I'm going to work on it. And if I get it accomplished, I'll let you know, May. I'll either send it to you. That. But in the meantime, let's talk about parties because that's what we're working on today.
Let's do that. So today we're going to be working with, it's so easy and so quick. You guys are going to love it. If you have a Scan and Cut DX machine, you have to download Artspira. You just do, because there are so many free designs in there and there are so many ways it can just open up your creativity. And then they've got the weekly magazine. So they've got weekly tutorials in there that show you how to make a project with the cut file. Now, remember, you could always, just because a cut file has a project doesn't mean you're married to that project. You could do something different. You can make it totally unique, totally you, whatever you want to do. And what we're going to be doing today is I found these fun cups. They're like all bubbly. And I thought, because, always trying to reduce waste, right? We're always trying to recycle and reuse things and get more out of things. And I thought, what if I took cups and made them party cups so that at my next party, everybody gets their own cup and it's customized. And so they can just keep using it and refilling it. And then at the end of the party, they go home and they have a cute souvenir or party favor. This would be really great, I think, for birthday parties, especially. You could put names on it if you wanted to get super fancy. Oh. There's so many things you could do with it, but then it also just kind of adds to your theme and your decor of your party while being super practical and
That's
easy.
That's a great idea.
And quick.
That's a great idea. In fact, May, I have some cups from, I think it was all the way back from my grandmother that my mom found in a stash and she sent over. She's like, I know you're going to want these for the boat. They look exactly like that, but whatever was on it before looks really bad. So maybe I can cover them up.
Yeah, and you know what? That's another thing you could do is if you had cups that used to have something that it's worn off. Mm-hmm. In fact, I was just eyeballing a cup that we had from a convention that it's been used and loved so much that the design is all worn off or 2/3 worn off. I cover that up with something else. And I know we're going to get the question like, what kind of vinyl? How would you do it? Depends on what you're trying to do. If you're just hand washing, you could do some tests, but a lot of the craft vinyls are strong enough to do it. If you're trying to machine wash it, if you want to be really aggressive, all you have to do when you search for your vinyl, for your sticker material, is you're looking for waterproof or you're looking for good for drinkware or something to that effect, then that would be what you're seeking. Just to if you're trying, depending on what you're trying to do, and you could also put this on disposable cups too, if that was what you put name. I mean, just so many things you could do. So many things. So Angela, my Scan and Cut is all hooked up to my Artspira. So if you would hop over, because we want to show you guys, it's so easy. It is so easy to do. And this is the design. This is a brand new one that just released. That's the thing, is that there are new releases all the time. And Angela is there. And you can see on Cut Files New, this is right where I found it. Right there in the middle, there is the heart. Now, all you have to do, if you swipe at the top, Angela, and show them how it shows you the pattern, and then if you can also see how it's going to appear for a cut file. So it's showing you there's 3 different pieces it's going to cut. So it shows you exactly what it is, but this is how easy it is. Let's see. Yep, if you go back, I think if you go back like backwards to the other screen where we can transfer. So Angela is not hooked up to she's not hooked up to my device. So she can't transfer it over here. Although wouldn't that be cool if we could send each other's devices cut files? All you do, and this really is true, all you would do is push that bottom button to transfer, and it will send it right to your machine, and you say, okay, that's fine. And it's done. That's it. That's all it is. That's how fast it is to get a cut file. And as soon as I realized that, for me, it was a game changer. For me, it was like, okay, I'm looking at Artspira first because I cannot beat how easy this is, how fast it is, right? So if we go over to my scan and cut, it's like magic because it's going to be over here already. Although it's a little less like magic because I transferred it myself from my device. So if we go to retrieve data, now the only rule is you just have to have your scan and cut on Wi-Fi, and it's really easy to set up. So if we go here and click here, there it is. It's already there. It's already there. We can already work with it. It's set. It's good to go. Now, the one thing I'm going to show you right now is this is the default size. Okay, this is how big it's going to come out. Now, the reason I have it this big is because I didn't think about sizing it the first time I cut it. Then I pulled it out and went, oh, I didn't look at my cup. That's way, way too big. It's bigger than the cup. So let's not do that, right? Let's go to here. Let's see. No, I think it was better down. I think it's a little better down. Okay. So it's 3 pieces. And I'm going to show you on this. We've got the blue stars, the red stripes, and then the third piece is a white background. So that's optional if you want to cut out a white background, or maybe you don't want to cut out a white background. That will be up to you. So I don't want to cut out a white background. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to edit, and I'm going to delete the white background because I don't want it. So remember, you can delete pieces. Then what I'm going to do is go here, because I want to resize this, right? I need to make it smaller, but I need to make the whole thing smaller, not one part. So I'm going to go to edit, and I'm going to unify right there. So that makes it all one. So now when I size it, it's all going to be together. It's all going to be the same size. And we'll size it down. I think 3.5, about 3.5 is good, but if in doubt, we can pull out our ruler. Yes, this is 5 inches. So 3.5 inches or 3.4 inches is fine. That's going to be just fine. I'm going to say, okay. Then I'm going to push this button right here to separate them out. And when I go back in here, I'm going to unselect this. So now I've got 2, whoops. Now they're separated, which means now I can move them wherever I want to move them, and they'll be separate. I'm going to move my scan and cut just for a moment here and get that dust cover out of there. Now, I'm going to need some red vinyl and some blue. And I'm going to use this blue. And we don't need quite as much. Just cut myself a nice little chunk here. And I'm just going to set these down. Oh, I guess I did that upside down. Okay, so I'm just going to set these down approximately where I think they need to be. Excuse me. Okay. Then I'm going to get the scan and cut out. And we'll bring it on back. Okay, there it goes. And you could, if you were trying to make a bunch of these, you could absolutely duplicate. So you could do a whole page of the blue part and then a whole page of the red stripe. So you could make lots and lots of these at once if you wanted to. I just want to make one for now. We're going to scan that. So the scanning is just going to show us, all I'm showing us is where is our material so we know where to cut.
May, I was just thinking, whenever we have July 4th parties, I never have something cute. And even this would look, oh, I thought I hit the wrong button. Sorry. This would look great on any cups. Like you said, disposable ones. Just make a couple small of these and put them on disposable with their names. Everybody keeps the same cup all weekend.
Oh, absolutely. If you didn't want to, for budget reasons, or you just don't think everybody wants to take a cup home, you could use this absolutely on disposable. You could add a name to it if you want, especially if it was kids. I mean, you could get really crazy, especially for a whole weekend, and have each kid pick their own character or pick their own design, and everybody's got their own custom thing. I mean, there's so many things you can do here. But you can see, I just moved my pattern so it's in the middle of each piece. I love that scan feature because it lets me waste as little as possible. And we're going to cut, but we're also going to go in here and turn on half cut, which is what we do for all our stickers and vinyls so that the material cuts, but not the backing. And if that doesn't make sense to you, wait. Well, it says 1 minute. Wait 1 minute, and I will show you exactly what that means. Let's grab my tools. I'll be all ready to weed this out. And remember, the simpler the design, so a couple things on a cup. Number one, the simpler the design, the faster the weeding, the faster the project. So if you pick, I always think of the dragon design I once attempted, and it was like 2 hours of weeding because it was just the most intricate thing ever. So just keep that in mind, that more intricate. Oh, we got to pause here. What did happen? So if you hear a funny noise, I see. So if you hear a funny noise like I just did, stop the machine. And I'll show you what happened here. So I was not paying very good attention. And do you see how I put this over the line? So what happened is this started to catch as the machine was working. This started to catch and lift. And that's the noise I heard. It looks like it was doing okay. But what I'm going to do is just go ahead and redo that. It'll only take a second. I'll redo that because user error. And we definitely want this. We want this to look good. But that's a good reminder. There's a reason why you don't want to go above the line, because there's no adhesive up here on that black part, which means that the edges can lift. There's nothing holding anything down. And yes, that's the way I work, right? I'm always showing you guys when I mess up and how to fix it, because it happens. So if you just wanted to cut part, what you would do is go back, go in the edit screen and hit delete on the stars. So we don't need the stars. And then I'm just going to scan this just to see where my stripes are. And another thing with these patterns like this one, I keep thinking it would be so cute covered in rhinestones. It would be so cute like on a little t-shirt. There's so many options with these designs, what you do with them. I think it would be really cute applique too. So many options. Okay. So I rescanned with my new material, and we're just going to repeat. We're just going to cut. I probably could have gotten away with the other design by adding tape at the top, but I really didn't think that was the way to go on this one because I wasn't sure if it had altered the cutting area, and I would rather just be sure and redo it. And it's probably less than a minute. 1 minute is the smallest amount of time it'll tell you. Okay, so we've got that going. And yes, there's the sample. I know it's so cute. I just keep thinking to myself, what else can I put this on? Because this is just so cute. And this is how it looks smaller. I was just having the best time looking at this.
That's adorable. May, as you're doing that, the comments are rolling in, and someone said, this would be so cute on a t-shirt.
It would be. I think that would be absolutely adorable. Okay, get that out of the way. So we've got that. Now this is where it gets even easier. I should say I hope, because we are still crafting and things can still go wrong. So we do want to say I hope and not jinx ourselves. So all I'm doing now is just removing all of the vinyl that I don't want to use that I don't want to transfer. So there's our corner. And then, and yes, you could do a lot to reduce waste or get more files on there. There's lots of things you can do, especially if you're not live in front of an audience and trying to demonstrate. There's lots of other ways that you can go about this. So now what we do, we're almost done. If you can believe it, we're almost done. This is so easy. We're nice. I know everybody's on getting closer and closer to summer break. We're all busy. We don't always have time for big crafting, but we have time for little crafting, which, hey, just like at the holiday season, I will take what I can get. So I've got transfer material, which apparently is kind of matching my mat, which is going to make it harder in the long run for me to see what I'm doing. I didn't think about that. And I'm going to place it over the blue first. And I like using my stylus just to kind of gently, we're just trying to make sure the whole thing transfers over to lift off, because vinyl is so much easier to apply when you lift it. Now, you've got two options. If you want, you can go direct to the cup and then try to line the other piece up. But because the cup is curved, I think it's easier to line it up here on paper. And you're actually lining it up. So you're lining it up to the top point. I keep wanting to line it up down there, but that's not what we're doing. So we just want to get it all lined up as nicely as we can. Remember, if it's not 100% perfect, that's more than okay. This is handcrafted, not machine. Well, technically machine cut, but it's still a handcrafted work of art, right? So don't worry if it's ever so slightly off. You're all right. So I like to do it this way because then I have my complete design and I know that the complete design is correctly transferring, but you can do it in pieces. Then we've got our cup. We are almost done. And it's up to you if you want to center it, if you want to use the edges. Like I'm looking and seeing here, I'm about here. It's pretty much about center. And then I like to start in the middle and go out to the sides. This cups are pretty easy if they are nice and smooth. You're only bending in one direction. Where you get some trouble with vinyl and transferring bigger designs, the bigger designs are harder if it's round. So if it's like this, right, and you're trying to go curve in all directions, it gets very difficult with a larger design. For a cup, we're just curving in one direction and not all directions, and that is much easier. So I'm just giving this a nice press. I can use my stylus. So what I'm doing here is just, number one, making sure it is adhered, although I can tell you this is a nice plastic surface like this. The vinyl wants to stick to it, so it shouldn't even be any problem. But I also like to do this to try to rub it and try to make sure if there are any air bubbles that I get them rubbed out before I take off the transfer material. That's just personal preference. So then we just peel, and I like to go nice and slow just to make sure I don't tear anything, make sure everything is transferring. And there we go. Look at that. Slightly different size, but still, you see.
Oh, May, that's so cute. What a great idea.
Isn't that fun? And yeah, you could put a name or a word over this if you wanted, or next to it or on the other side, because, you know, the cup goes all the way around. So you could put real small, you could put a name if you wanted, or a date. If this was for a wedding, you could put the wedding date or the names of the bride and groom. I mean, there's so much fun to be had. And who thought? Party cups.
Oh my gosh, so much fun. I'm even thinking graduation parties. You could have the names of all the guests that are there. That way everybody knows what cup is theirs, and then they take it with them as a gift. I mean, this is such a cute idea.
If you're trying to kind of casually have a seating chart, you could put names on them and put them at their chairs.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. People are writing, yes, this is really cute. And how fast? So you actually did it twice.
So fast and so easy. And when I did it, I said, should we make it harder? And I went, no, we all have enough going on. It's hard enough out there. Let's do something easy and you know what? And this is a perfect example of sometimes I go in that Artspira app and I see something and it just clicks an idea. And when I saw this one, I went, oh, I want that on cups. That would be, it's so cute. It's so cute on cups.
This is adorable. So as a reminder, I know some of you logged in a few minutes late. This is free on the Artspira app. Right now, just go on there. You can scroll down. You can watch this video again, too, by the way, when we're finished, when we're not live. But somebody mentioned they have an older Scan and Cut, and it doesn't have Wi-Fi. Then you can't transfer the Artspira. But there's a ton of things still on Canvas Workspace that you can go to and see if you can find something similar.
There is. So Canvas Workspace is your best friend, especially with the older models. But even now, I will use it. If I'm on the computer doing stuff, I'll have a look through Canvas Workspace. And Canvas Workspace does have the, there's some tutorials, some how-tos, there's free files. There's lots of stuff to be found there as well. And that's still a really great. And if you're someone who wants to do more editing or more on the computer, that's for you as well, because you can do all kinds of stuff.
That's perfect. So if you look above on the screen, use hashtag Brothers Sews and hashtag Brothers Scan and Cut, especially Brothers Scan and Cut with this project. They love to see what you're working on. So do we. So May, anything exciting happening this month on your YouTube channel? Anything we should watch out for?
Oh, I'm reactivating YouTube later this week. I had taken some time off with the shoulder surgery and everything going on from my personal YouTube, but it starts back. I've got a bunch of things going. In fact, if you want to bring the other camera up, I'll give everybody a sneak peek of what I did. I'll have a video of. I'll move. So, let me pull this down. Here we go.
Let me take you down just for a second. Let me move something off of here. There you go. Here you go.
Okay. So, I rhinestoned and painted. So this little shelf here on the other side, it holds all my stickers.
Oh.
And I rhinestoned and painted because this backside was brown. And it was really unattractive, and now it's all painted and fun. And so now when I'm sitting here at my desk, I'm looking at rhinestones and cute paint, which is so much fun. So
oh my gosh,
that's going up on YouTube later this week. How I did that is super easy. But yeah, you can see it. You can see it there in the corner. You could see I was there in the corner where every once in a while. So when it pops up, you just see this cuteness instead of seeing the really ugly brown that was there before.
Well, that looks really fun. In fact, I can think of a few applications for that. So I'll be watching for that. So all of you can find May, as you know, on her website, Instagram, YouTube, all over the place. And again, you can go back. If you have a Scan and Cut, go back on Brothers YouTube channel and watch all of May's videos. We've done a ton of things. How many? We got 3 years down our pike now.
We do. So there's a lot. And you know what? The ideas keep coming because there's always something new, like Brother with Artspira and all the cool stuff they're doing. And there's always a new product or a new idea or a new craft project to make. So yeah, I don't think we're anywhere close to running out of ideas.
Never. Everybody's saying, thank you, thank you. Somebody else says they're upgrading their Scan and Cut. So be sure to visit your local Brother dealer, by the way, because I get quite a few emails from not all of the Brother dealers, but quite a few. And the sales this summer are insane. So make sure you visit your Brother dealer, see what they have going on, pick up your Scan and Cut, but you might be able to get a good deal on a sewing machine too. Well, May, this was awesome. Everybody's saying thank you. Again, if you have comments after our live show, drop them down. We would love to see them, and the Brother social team will answer them if they can. And we always go back and read them too. So thank you all for joining us today. Cannot wait to see what you have next month, May.
Oh, I'll give everybody a hint is we're going Christmas in July next month.
Oh, I love Christmas in July. Oh, every time this happens, I pull out my stash of stuff from last year that I didn't finish. So maybe you'll inspire me.
That's my plan for July, is to pull out all those projects I swore we're going to get finished for last holiday and see if they can get done for this year.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so everyone, I will see you live tomorrow on my channel at 1:30 Eastern and Thursday at noon on the Brothers Sewing channel. Joanne Banco will be here talking about the free design of the month. All right, brother, thank you for letting us take over your page. In the meantime, happy sewing and happy crafting. May, have a great month.
Thank you, you too. Bye, everybody.